Here we are underway. Please call it for it.
All right, we got Rebel in blue, Elevate in red. Already off to a great start. So you're going to see here, Crack moving up towards the top. Going to lose that fight, but he's going to have some help there from Demon. So far, so good for Rebel off the initial there, Taylor. Going to come out here, pick up multiple kills, and now they're going to have Elevate on their back foot. Nero, he has to defend his home hill, but he's getting pressured by two. Can he at least take out one? He cannot. Did he buy his team enough time? No.
Nah, man, this is already tough. Elevate, come on, you gotta fight for it. You gotta go in. And luckily, they're gonna push Rebel back momentarily, but they're still at the forefront, so not out of hot water just yet. Gary is gonna get jumped. Crack's gonna move in as well. My lord, what happened to the Elevate roster? It looks like they're all gone as Rebel just wipes them out and Gideon. All right, Gary up close, getting Demon down. That's a solid start. Crab is going to be behind him, looking to get revenge from that round number one, and they take it with
Elevate.
ease. So that's a huge start. 4 players down. Adverse, he gets brought down to 1 shot. He's still going to be up now, just trying to stay up. But at this point in time, they know where he's at. He's about to get sandwiched. He gets taken down, and Elevate looks to answer back quickly. My lord, I know that wasn't 57 seconds. 3 already here. If you blinked, you missed it. He's less than 2 minutes in total for those first 2 rounds. Crack's going to get a smooth shot onto Gary, who is trying to roll into those DMs. He gets shut down. Elevate, though, already on the overextension. That's going to be led by Exclusive as well as Nero. They're going to get that double home hill setup. The battle for neutral still underway. Player 6, that's Dragons, caught out of position. No worries at all. They end up recovering control. And, well, I say that, and Elevate's already off the respawn, but either way, they're going to have a minor lead. Minor lead, but not too much.
Yeah, as that was breaking down, you know, you saw there, Elevate, step number 2. Step number 1, you win initial. Step number 2 is you get the setup, all right? But now let's see if Rebel can kind of turn this into a round win. Elevate's doing a good job being able to push out of this difficult situation now, but they got to get out of this mid-map position because they are caught in the middle of the trap that Rebel has set up from multiple angles. But you see Krabby's is able to bully his way out of that position.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I mean, what is that challenging Nero on that neutral? He'll be joined by Cardia as well. So Nero's really got to do something here, but he's not able to handle it. Rebel now going for that domination, but player 8 is in fact going to get that break on 8. From what I'm seeing, though, Elevate's making a lot of great plays, but I mean, Rebel, they're just all over those hills, man. And objectively, they're just outplaying Elevate.
You know, Rebel has done such a great job at getting mid-map control and keeping it. They've constantly been winning this fight towards B. They've been staying close together. Like, I've been paying attention to this mini-map, and not one time have I seen it 3 players not together, and the other 2 players just out there supporting that group, staying at a safe distance, and they're doing a good job focusing the attention of this fight.
This is Elevate. Yeah, Elevate's not even going to respawn back in. They're going to go in and concede the round. They know it's over with. You know, I was impressed when they started pressing forward to the home hill setup, the double home hill setup.
Right, up top control tower, Crack hits a nice spread there. But even after hitting the second shot that wasn't so well, Gary turns to tide up the fight. And both players are going to choose to go for a flank, but who's going to make it happen faster? And it's going to be actually Demon picking up that kill. And he's going to call out Gary, says, hey, watch your back. We got a straggler here behind enemy lines, looking to make some plays. But Rebel, they do a good job controlling the initial. They won the fight up top. They got control at B and defending their home hill for a little. Taylor, this whole fight is getting turned around by Elevate currently.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I'm looking right now at Nero and Exclusive as they were locking down A. Both of them get cleaned up, though. Player 4 makes a great play. Cardia able to get the 2-piece, but still Elevate going for that domination. But it looks as if Rebel on the back of Cardia is going to be able to break through their home hill. And that's okay. Even though Elevate was starting to flip the script, right, starting to flip the round on their head, they only lost about a 20-point lead, okay? So they have a minor deficit, but they're already recovering by getting onto B. So if I'm Elevate, right, I'm starting to play objectively. I'm starting to, you know, bounce around. I'm not going toe-to-toe here on B because it's just not going to make sense.
Yeah, no, I completely feel you on that one. Just hold off for now. We seeing the push come here through middle. Double down. Is the kill going to get cleaned up? Yes, they will for Elevate. So if B Hill's going to transition on over. 2-1 hill advantage for them. And now they're going to be swarming on over towards A. Only 2 players left to defend it. That's going to be 3 and 5. Can they hold off? They got to make a play now, Taylor. Flash grenades are out, but can they break the hill? The neutralization is there. First kill comes through, but that back A from Krabby's is going to get that hill turned on over towards Elevate, but it's still some Rebel members waiting in the B.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Now you got Reflame and Crack on their last life. Okay, so there's still a lot to be played here. And Rebel, with the deficit that they have, they've got to start making desperation pushes. And that's never a thing you want to do when you have Crack and Reflame on their last life. Speaking of which, Crack is already out. He's been finished off. Nero, as well as Gary, were able to pick off a slew of Rebel players, as Demon will also fall to the wayside. And it looks like Elevate's going to be able to clean this up. I just don't see Rebel getting back into it. But this was an important round for Elevate to take place, given the fact that they were down. So they'll go into the second half tied up 2-2.
This was a big round, and we talked about it before because now they're going to get to decide which Torque bows. Are they going to go for double bows or bow in the center line?
Right.
Now they got to officially put the nail in the coffin, and with that kill there, it should do it. You got Adverse spawned up, but he's not going to be able to slay out this whole team, get the triple neutralization, and get all heals capped up. Like you said, Elevate round. And now we get to see where the power
Torquos are going to go for E, and that battle will go down. Either way, Gary is going to be in that fight. Crack and Demon just on the other side. Krabby's down low. An important fight underway, and Gary's going for it. Demon, he's going to get chunked. Crack as well with the misroll. He's going to get peppered. But he manages to capitalize. That cannot happen. Crack might be able to make it out, but no, Krabby shuts him down. But the fact that he got one of them, that's big.
That was huge. Both players kind of got stuck on the cover there just a bit. It was able to allow Krabby's to come back and clean up the fight here towards the end. But as you're going to see, he's got a backup for now, Taylor, as he's taking some damage with his teammates behind him. So Elevate just needs to relax, keep control of this up top tower control. Because they want to keep the button. Their team does not have control of E just yet. And not even just having button control up top control tower, you want to have that cross as well. So now Elevate's going to spring into action, pick up 2 kills outside towards Incinerator. And with that, they should be able to get E, but they want just a bit more. Got to make sure they can clean up this kill as well, utilizing that that one-man advantage in the 2v1 to make sure that they keep fighting for map control. Take what you can get while your opponent is dead. Even though you win the fight there for Incinerator, you don't have to just, sit back right away, especially when the respawn timers are this high.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, man, and Elevate's going to use that respawn timer to their advantage. They're going for that domination, and, yep, get that tough.
But if your team loses this initial, you just got to figure out how to just slow your opponent down to those next set of bows come up. Little team kill by Exclusive after Gary got the kill, so did a little bit too much with that bow. With Krabby's left in a 1v1, Exclusive's going to have to rotate back and try to make up for it.
Oh, no, man. You only get 3 shots, and right there. Oh, what? That was a beautiful connection. Woo. Exclusive on the Demon, and I guess he redeemed himself. I mean, hey, he didn't lose that much after that kill. That seemed cool. I mean, it is what it is. Krabby is able to back off. Even if he wins that 1v1, they'll be okay. Break onto E going through. They know they can do so because Gary is going to be up top on that button. Karya, though, he's going to try and make him pay. Gets a connection on the 1, and now he's going to get angled out. Dragons takes him down. Elevate, man, I like this aggression. I like this pressure. Rebel is struggling to deal with it. But hey, hold up a second. Crack is looking to make some magic happen.
Yes, he is. But he's going to fall to Dragons and Elevate, looking to get this trip cap domination. But nobody has capped E. They're on top of their opponent's home hill. They're sending Nero back to cap E now, but they got to hold off this assault. That's going to be 1 player down. Here comes 2 more, and that's a double kill. Karya left by his lonesome. Wow. He goes down and Elevate 2 rounds back to back. Hey, make it 3. Entry frag, but hey, it works out just a bit.
What? Exclusive
back-to-back rounds.
That's the second team kill. Now, granted, they're winning the rounds. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a ritual. Some people, they got to wear their favorite socks. They got to wear their favorite shoes, their favorite hat, right? Maybe Exclusive, he's like, all right, my first bolt has to kill at least one of my teammates if we're going to win the round. Maybe it's just a ritual at this point.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But he's going to have to make up for that one once again. Now, luckily for him, his team has a bit of momentum to play around with winning these last 3 rounds in a row. Gary, he's going to make sure he gets a kill with that. But the heal's already capped up there for Elevate. Now, let's see. So Rebel's already off respawn. Hill capped up. They got 2 players about to drop down low and get this E-Hill. Gonna have to hold back. Priority up top first.
And Elevate's got 3 people there to the 2 of Rebel, so a mismatch, and absolutely take advantage. Look at Dragons, man. He's not playing around. Adverse and Crack will drop. He's mad that he was team killed off the start. Oh, drop shot out. It's going to connect onto one. Actually, no, another team kill.
Okay.
Man, I don't know what's going on tonight, but starting us off, a lot of team kills. But Demon, he's going to get blindsided. Exclusive runs through. Crack and Adverse last alive as we have a fight going down. Adverse and Crack, though, are clutching up, and they're still alive, and the torque bow's in their hand. But watch out, Krabby's from the corner. He's going to get taken out, and Rebel will stay alive on the back of Crack and Adverse plays.
Oh, man. Good plays by them. But they're going to have to not die to the incinerator again.
And
so
that's
going to be another kill picked up. But if we're trying to get up top control, they're going to get pushed back here as well. So far is not looking good for Rebel. Actually, you know, if they can make this flank happen, number 5's behind him currently, Taylor. But he's going to get picked off here. Can Reflame make a miracle happen? He cannot. It's up to Cardia. But with this kill coming through, can't do it just yet. D and E are already capped up for Elevate in this round. One more respawn left. Cracks on his last life.
Krabby's showing that love. Krabby's is showing that love, Blaze. He is ready. He knows the position they're in. Look at that lead. Just about over 100. It'll be 100 soon. Elevate is walking away with this, it seems. Man, and you know what's heartbreaking? Because Cardi and Adverse have done everything in their power to keep that team alive, but Rebel, the rest of the members are just not behind them. Look at that slaying power. Crack on his last life. Adverse about to spawn up on his last as well. Demon already at 1 out of 4. Even if this goes the distance, Rebel is not going to be healthy.
Nah, they definitely won't be, Taylor. They're going to have to get through this. But this is this hill may be too steep for them to get over. We'll see. Multiple dying here outside electronics. E's not going to be decapped. This is going to be an Elevate map number 1.
Updated. Don't worry, guys. All those off-stream matches, we're going to let you know what's taking place. Apricity could send it to game 3, and honestly, I hope they do. Put the pressure on VQ. Let them know that they can lead. No matter how much of a fan I am of them, I always love those series. Off to a good start, though, for the boys in Elevate. They've got A and B.
All right, so Elevate, they utilized their good spawn right off the start, so they're going to get A, and they actually meant to go get B as well. Usually, typically, when it comes down to that lower spawn, A and C control is usually where it's at, but off the start here, winning those fights, and then back on the other end of the map, they're getting aggressive towards pushing out of B on their opponent's side of the map, and they're picking up those kills as well. Great initial here by Elevate. Let's see if they can hold control, though.
Rebel, though, doing a great job on tank, but they're getting overwhelmed. There was a mismatch 3v2, and player 7 now is fighting for his life. Exclusive gets to break onto B. Luckily, though, off the spawn, Rebel's going to manage to take Charlie, but Elevate has a commanding lead. They've managed to gather that over time. Like you said, Blaze, that impressive initial. Now Rebel, they have to answer back, but they're being sluggish. Player 8 runs into a brick wall. That brick wall's name is Gary. And I got to say right now, Rebel, they are not off to a good start. They are not looking good, and they need to look good, especially with this being their map.
So their home hill is under pressure currently by multiple members here of Elevate, and they're going to just back up because they don't want to fight the 2v3 without reinforcements. And we see those reinforcements in the back starting to rotate around now, and they're going to give themselves a leg up in this fight with one extra player. They're going to take that little bit of height advantage right there on the hillside to get some better angles for the cross. That's going to get them to kill on Exclusive in control of their home hill as well. Now at this point, utilize your numbers, push through, get to A. That's what they're doing now.
Absolutely. Elevate, though, already recovering on A and B. That lead, I mean, it's just so devastated. So at this point, Rebel has to literally pull a UIU special. We all know what that is, or I should say the optic special. That's a little bit more, pronounced. Everybody knows what that is they did it so many times during that Gears 4 season. Either way, the Rebels doing a great job. They're now Wolfpacking together. They're pushing as one cohesive team, and they're doing this the right way. They took over Charlie. Now they've taken over Alpha. Now they're going to work their way over towards Bravo, which they know Elevate's going to be coming up that respawn. But I'm looking at player number 4. If he can rotate over, maybe sneak through, get C, I think Elevate can still win off of one hill.
Let's see if they can make it happen. He's going to have a 1v1 there in a bit with number 8. That's going to be Demon, and Demon takes out Dragons. Trip cap domination coming through there for Rebel, and this is going to be looking like their round.
Cardio would have picked up one, get that second on the finish, but Looks like Rebel actually does, in fact, take it. Wow, to take round number 1. But hey, as round number 2 gets underway, let's see if it fares a lot better. Can Elevate clean it up? Well, we are going to see some lives lost on both ends. Elevate, though, will take the objective after they were able to take down Crack. But right now, player 1 is on the move. Crappies is trying to get out of there because they've got Demon as well as Cardia hot on his heels.
Man, they got pushed out of that position. And out of that area of the map, that's a difficult one for you to have to give up because, you know, you're coming out of that top spawn. You have that high ground. But we saw there, it was Demon and Cardia says, hey, we want this entire area, and we're going to get it. Exactly what they did. Now, on the back end, we saw a mismatch of 3-2 strategies from both these squads. So Elevate put most of their forces through C trying to get to A, but Rebel did, you know, they were just able to hold their spine just enough as we saw Elevate come out. They won the fight, but now let's see if they can win it again. Gary, he got the down but could not get the kill. This time around, Rebel, they're able to keep control of A and now put some pressure on C up top.
So now we got a 2v2, 2 on C, 2 on B. As player 4 falls, that now solos out Crappies. He's got to make a decision. Does he fight or choose to run away? Well, he's going to try and dip out, wait for his teammates to come off the respawn, but he might not have a chance here. As Lancer Fire's coming in, he's going to try and take one down. He doesn't. Now this is looking scary for the boys on Elevate. Gary and Exclusive are last up. Gary now is going to spot Cardia down low, and he's going to try and Lancer him out. But this isn't a fight he should be taking. There's no reason to go in for this other than the fact that you're making an ego count. And he gets taken out just like that. That is not what I want to see from Elevate. They do not need to be making those solo pushes into a 1v2 or 1v3 situation.
Hey, man, he lit them up, though. He lit both those players up. Dragons was able to get both kills. The squad locks into B Hill. So now Elevate, they're sitting pretty. They're going to lose a player at A, but they got to hold off their home hill in a 2v3 situation, being down a man. But the respawn, their spawn is right behind that hill, so Exclusive is able to get in the fight right away. The other two players do a good job positioning well, but this is a situation where if you're on Elevate, you cannot get down by any of these Rebel members whatsoever.
And Crack does it.
Oh, that
Crack
was a big kill.
On player 2, if he can take player 4, I mean, and like you said, man, Elevate cannot afford. They had to play this flawlessly. The point is so close, and player 4 is dipped out, and that's on the back of Crack. Crack was the one who opened that door wide open, and he sprinted through. And now player 4 is fighting. He's doing a great job, and that's Dragons. He gets shut down. Player 9 clutches up, but at the end of the day, Elevate still gets PNC. So they're still in control, and that's going to wrap it up. GG. But Elevate played that well, and if they didn't, hey, they were going to lose it.
Great job to Exclusive and Narrow because they had a lot of discipline when it came down to holding that C hill as the push was coming through. Even though Crack had tried to make a play and get that kill, the remaining members from Elevate was able to overextend down low from B.
This mismatch, man. Elevate 4 strong on the B. Rebel only has 3. If they can win this initial, that's going to be good news.
No, that's going to be huge news, but Rebel is on a more favorable side of the map, so they can be down in man and keep this B hill neutralized and also utilize their utility, as we can see, to stop that push from around the tank. Now, where are the rest of their members? Well, they're taking a fight at A on their opponent's home hill after capping C, and they're able to drop back number 9 towards the mid-map to get an angle to be able to cross that hill and pretty much make that a 3v2 fight there just for a second for their team to cap the hill. 4 members down on Elevate side. Beautiful initial there by Rebels, but Dragons, I don't know if he can turn up the heat hot enough to be able to stop this trip cap domination and buy his team some time. But with that 1 kill that he got, that was enough. That was enough.
It was enough. But I mean, the scary thing here for Rebel, or excuse me, onto the side of Elevate, is the fact that they take Nero out. Nero is now on his last life. He's obviously going to respawn back in. He's going to give it his best go. But if Rebel puts themselves in a 5v4 situation, Elevate's not going to be able to capitalize. Vascar is all about rotations. It's all about those mismatches and just going head-to-head with the team. If you're 1 player down, you are going to fall behind. So Elevate is in a dire situation. Just an update, by the way. Apricity did, in fact, win that bunker matchup 5-3 versus VQ. That means they're going to a game number 3. Apricity, hey, impressive stuff.
Hey, I love young teams coming through and making, you know, splashes on their debut in the Pro League. You love to see it. Hey, we'll see what they can do. But they got to close it out. It ain't over yet.
They got to close it out. No, it's not over just yet. Taking 1 is fine. You got to take 2, right? That's the only way you're going to get that W at the end of the day. If they beat VQ after VQ beat Rise, I don't even know how the season's going to go. All my stats and all my work before this preseason, I think for everybody is just like, we don't even know anymore. Predictions are out of the way. Reflame in a fight, 1v2. He's going to get angled out. He's now gone. Exclusive also falls. Nero, though, still up, despite him being brought down to low health. And Krabby's is doing one great job. He's got 2 players down. He's got to get the finish on Reflame just in front. He's going to go for it. But you're going to have one on the end. And Krabby's pops off. And now he's not done just yet. Blazer still one more in front.
Let me see that crab walk one time. Yeah, hey, that would have got him banned if he pulled that off. But hey, he still got 4. That brought his team enough time to get one player rotated towards B, make sure their home hill was capped, and get a solid 3v3 fight on their opponent's home hill. But Rebel, they come off the respawn and they slay out, making their home hill the focal point. They were able to lock in the one hill in which they needed. Now they're looking for more.
Man, this is scary because now Rebel. Oh yeah, there's that kick in the face. Hey, Krabbies, I'm gonna shut you down, okay? What you just did to our team, not acceptable. You're gonna get to boot to the face. I like it. Overall, Rebel, though, has put themselves in a great position. Although you see a lot of 1 out of 4s, 2 out of 4s, you don't see any 0%. You don't see any players who can't respawn back in. We still have one more round in the first half, which means Rebel has a very real opportunity going into this round. That Rebel had a very real potential to be leading 3-1 going into the second half, and they look as if they're going to be making that true.
So 3v3 fight up top at C. This is going to be Elevate's home hill. One player is going to get out of dodge, but he's also going to try to flank and make a play happen in the middle and help his other teammates out. He gets the initial down and gives his team a 3v2 advantage elsewhere. But this is a great move here by Exclusive, able to be able to assist in both fights. But in the end, Demon, he stopped that push right in his tracks. He said, all right, great attempt, but not good enough.
Demon's one of those players that's so impressive. I've watched him since Gears 4 when he was relatively unknown, and I gotta say, man, he's one of the most explosive players out there in the Gears scene. Love to see the fact that he's on Rebel, representing well, especially alongside Crack. I think for him, that's gotta feel good. At this point in time, though, Elevate's in dire straits. You've got Gary and Nero currently out. That's going to be now another one cleaned up. Either way, Rebels, they're going to be on that domination. At this point, Elevate, they're just stalling for time, Blaze.
Yeah, they're just stalling just a bit here, and that's exactly what they should do. We talk a lot about, when you have these clear advantages, especially when it comes down to lives and heals and points, just chill out, get the win, lock it in. But, when you got this big of an advantage, push out, get the kills, play around with your opponent just a bit, because there was no way in hell to elevate. And a drop shot is dead center. If we do go to distance, they're gonna have this same side for round number 7. So that's a huge advantage because they got these incendiary grenades. They get to look down and stop any quick picks or pushes that happen around his drop shot. And it's gonna be difficult for the boys of Elevate to get in there and get it. And you see Rebel, they get in with ease. They pick it up, they drop back, get a few kills, and now they're looking to make this a 4-1 lead with this power weapon.
Krabby's, though, looking to do some great work on the tank. He's going to be brought full red. He gets dropped. The big thing here is Nero is also going to be out-angled. The drop shot hasn't been fired, so there's still 2 rockets in his pocket to be able to use. Hold up a second. Dragon should have not been able to get out of this situation, and he won't, but he still takes down 1. That's impressive. Rebel now in a great position. They've got DNE, they've got the drop shot, and now more importantly, they're going for the domination.
Can they close it out? It's going to be hard on his F hill. Players spawn up and we're able to get to the hill quickly there and just slow down. That one drop shot was missed. So, 1 left remaining here for Rebel as they're looking to cap this F. But on the other side of the map, there's multiple players fighting at E. And this hill should get locked in for Elevate, no problem. But they're going to have to either get a player towards mid-map, maybe flank around, or get their numbers down low to F. Hell, possibly even rotate the entire map and see if they can make it towards D with the numbers in which they have, because they're going to need more hills.
I thought that drop shot was going to be more influential when I saw those 2 players pushing up. When that's out of the way, Elevate feels confident. They push forward. Cardia, though, is going to be able to get a big pickup onto Krabby's. And now Nero's by himself. He gets onto 1, though. Can't get that second. Demon will finally silence him, and Dragons knows he's got to dip out. And Rebel's going to continue that lead. At this point in time, Elevate chalk it up and just send it to the next round.
Ooh, Dragons versus Avers, but Avers gets a little bit of help there. Gary's is gonna avenge his teammate. Now, with this being the first round of the second half, Taylor, you don't want to lose too many respawns going back and forth with your opponent. And Rebel knows it. You see them in open area backing up with their lances out. And when you have to get a few kills quickly for your team, shot down on the map for a reason, and that's because they wanted to focus the team fight. So they're gonna have to win this off their teamwork.
Reflame,
the quick
he gets
pick
out of there, and look at this. Elevate loses the drop shot. They also use their utility, right? They use their ensign. That's just a tough break. That is not the start that you want. Rebel, they'll back off. I mean, and more importantly, they got E and F. The shock is not going to be thrown out. Adverse has got the drop. Does he even? Ooh, whoa!
Okay, exclusive.
Where did he come from? Where did he come from?
Out of nowhere, like a bat out of hell with the quick kill, making a play for his teammates. I think that drop shot may be on the ground, but exclusive gets crossed out. Oh, there's the drop shot in the hands of Crack. Hey, he got it. He's out.
Blaze, that took me by surprise. Sometimes I'm watching what's on the screen and I'm calling it, right? I'm just calling that play-by-play. Sometimes I need to look at the map more because exclusive came out like out of nowhere, just blindsided myself, and I'm not even playing, and I jump back in my seat.
Gave us
Good
both
job from
whiplash.
him. And hey, but you know what, Crack? He still gets that drop shot, but Elevate has the objective, and they're closing out the deficit. If Crack wastes these drop shots, which honestly right now it looks like Gary and Dragons, they're lining up. They're going to get removed, and a break's going to take place. But I mean, that was still an impressive run. Nero, though, is going to find Reflame, and I'm actually surprised that Reflame did not catch Nero over in that corner.
Now we're gonna have a push coming out from Elevate towards the bottom portion of the map, so they actually won that, and now they're looking to flank this E-Hill. If the players from Elevate can hold off from this Rebel push, they'll be in a good spot. But as we see Rebel, they're still slaying out Dragons, Gary. They're gone. Rebel, they got control of E, and they were able to get back towards their home hill as well, with players coming off respawn to slay out 2 more members of Elevate. So Rebel, they're looking good, and now both these squads are going to be focusing their attention on this drop shot coming up off respawn.
A new drop shot. Rebel got it off the initial. Look, Demon, he tries to go for that pick. He's not going to get it. He's going to get burnt to a crisp. So at this point, Rebel, they'll have the objective, they'll have the lead, but Elevate is putting up a great fight, and it's really impressing me. But all of a sudden, Dragons exclusive fall. Now Gary, this is a big pickup for Crack. He's got to get the finish, and he does. Gary's out of the way. It's a permanent 5v4.
Okay.
He's not stopping there. He's going to move on to the crab walk himself. Krabbies goes down, and now Nero is going to fall as well to Cardia. And Blaze, I think the win just left the cells of Elevate. I think we're going to a game 3.
I think we are. They don't have much of a prayer here. Gary's out of there. He can't get back in. He needs his teammates to slay out. Rebel looking to get these remaining few kills. And it was a dominant map for him. And I think that was one that they needed to really remind Elevate how talented they are. And it says, okay, we let Forge get away from us, but we're going to show you the team that we are here.
There were a couple of key points where Elevate did not know when to back off, and they would get counter wiped by Carnage, and then Carnage would take that round. That's something Elevate's going to have to clean up. They did it on Forge too, and they also did it on Vascar. Let's not forget round number 1 on Forge, or on Vascar, excuse me, just before. They had that round, Blaze.
Yep.
But they pushed too hard. So exclusive really needs to be that vocal figure. But speaking about pushing, look at Rebel, man. Already on Charlie, they're pushing into Elevate's home hill.
Man, they used their numbers right there, forced their way to their opponent's home hill to get that 2-man setup. Now on the flip end for Elevate, they got the neutral capped up, and Nero was able to stop this push just for a bit, but you still see Cardia behind enemy lines is going to take out Dragons. And I know he's just like, Nero, what you looking at? You got to call that out a little bit sooner for me.
Communication. Communication is key. Stay alert, stay alive, and that's exactly what these guys need to do. So hopefully they'll clean that up, especially with this being game 3. So much on the line. Krabby's with the misthrow. Adverse 1-2 punch. Mike Tyson will take him down. And meanwhile, Streets has seen some action as Elevate is looking to stack 3 strong into 2. But hey, 2 might be stronger than 3 in this situation, because you have Crack up there, and he's doing one hell of a job. My lord, and Adverse from the flank as well as Reflame. You see him, now you don't, and Elevate 3 down.
Rebel, they're taking this momentum towards that trip cap domination, still picking up the kills. You got one player sitting outside the door. That's going to be Gary. He's not able to do anything else in this round. And Rebel great initial, utilizing that pressure.
So at this point in time, if you are an Elevate fan, if you're an Elevate member in general, I hope it pays off, right? Because it's a big risk to take, losing that out that early on, because we know how influential the Streets fight can be, especially with that utility. But either way, though, we're not going to see the instants just yet. See them in the next round. And I like this. Rebel is pushing up strong. Nero and Krabby's will be taken down. But this is where Rebel isn't going to back off the gas. You're going to see players 5 and 1. That's going to be Krack and Reflame. They're pushing up, and they're looking to pincer Elevate.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming down from them, and it looked good there for a second. You're going to see the overextension here from Elevate on top of their opponent's home hill, able to pick up 2 kills. But you see Adverse, he almost found a double, but he's going to go down. Now A and C, oh, well, I may have spoke a little bit too soon. Just the A hill in favor of Elevate, but they will be able to get a player down low and lock in B. So now at this point, we have a tie game. This is what I was talking about when Elevate has to just slow it down, utilize their teamwork. I think I know at some point a drop shot is going to be placed on this map because those smoke grenades was offset off the start. The question is that which team is going to come out with a victory in a round 4, possibly, to decide if that drop shot is going to go middle or up top. Wow, he missed that.
Blaze. You can't miss those, man. Krabby's got the first punch, and more importantly, he also missed that first shot, right? That he should have capitalized on. Luckily, his teammate is cleaning it up for him. Those kind of plays could be devastating, and you do not want to lose those 1v1s.
Now, Elevate with a nice response from the previous round. They were able to tie this all up once.
Either way, Krabby's is going to have it in his hands, and he's going to go ahead and throw it out there. Reflame is going to dodge it. He already saw it coming a mile away, so Instant is now going to be out of play, at least as of right now. The benefit is Reflame can't just hop into that hill. He knows the Flames are there. He knows the Lancers is there, so we're going to be at a standoff for just a little bit.
Just a bit. We see some movement going down towards Pavilion as you see a few players trying to get across. Number 8, that's Dragons. He's able to see this position. Number 9, which was exclusive, he dropped back towards that host position, as I like to call it. And they both got nice crosses on top of that box, on top of the B hill. Rebel walked right into the trap that Elevate had set. But even after picking up those kills, Elevate got to fully close that trap. We'll see if they can do it, as Krabby's is going to get pinched from 2 different angles and get taken out there. So B hill still goes in favor of Rebel after the dust settles.
The Rebel's very cautious and aware that maybe Elevate, after failing their attempt on the tracks, is going to go for that overextension. So we see 3 players will rotate up to kind of battle against not only Pavilion, but also onto tracks. And for good reason, there are 2 players there. You got that linchpin, which is player number 9. That's going to be exclusive, who could go to Pavilion or go down to tracks, which seems to be to play, but it's already not working, as Nero is going to be finished off. So exclusive in this situation has to go big, and he looks to be doing so. He's going to push it onto Reflame, hits a beautiful shot from behind. Adverse now is going to be just up ahead. Exclusive is going to push this, and if he died, why did he push that, Blaze?
Oh man, he was feeling himself just a bit. He saw the kill, but it was off a left hand. He missed the shot, and now he gives up that positioning in which his team had. And they don't even have the B hill, so that was something that he needed to check off his list first before he got too aggressive over that 50-yard line of the map. Now, Elevate, they come off respawn. They're able to get back control of C. Rebel, they're backing out of their opponent's side of the map for now. But Adverse, he doesn't back out too far. He keeps that Lancer out, knows he has a little support from his teammates, but not enough to save his life. Now, in these back portions of the round, Elevate, they're going to need a prayer. They're going to need B and A. They get a player down low at B, but they lose their home hill in this process. So, Rebel, they're going to go ahead and lock in round number 3.
Round number 3 is going to be locked in, taking that early lead 2-1. Bit of misplay.
So, even going into the next round, you put a drop shot down. At least you got those 2 flash grenades to help yourself in that fight. No matter if you choose to put it towards the middle or up top, but I think Rebel would like to play for that drop shot up top entrance. Because on the flip end, Elevate, they got a nice spread along this side of the map, and they have some great strategies when their opponents is focused down low towards tracks and not in one focal point up top. Like entrance, we got to fight some of those cluster battles when it comes down to retaking that hill. Now you see Krabby's, he gets one, tosses the incendiary grenade to force his opponent off the cover, moves in for the 1v1 fight, and even after the miss roll, he gets
nice.
2. Krabby's making plays there. He gets his team that hill down low. Let's see if they can get them in a position to get their opponents up top. But Rebel, they say is, hey, we're not going to sit back and take it. We're going to push through and fight for some map control of our own.
They tried. They wanted to push up, but once Cardia kind of got a couple of shots, it spooked him, so he backed off. Now they're going to throw an audible out there. Meanwhile, Elevate, they're not even there to defend, and Pavilion does go down. Dragons will get Lancered out, so that's going to be a big pickup from Cardia, who ended up rotating out. Remember, he was the first one pushing Streets to go for the overextension. Now Elevate seems as if to be going for an overextension of their own. They're going to successfully take down player one. Reflame drops. Cardia is already out, so Elevate should be in good hands to retake control of C and keep maintaining that lead.
All right, now Elevate, they're in a great position so far. They're on their opponent's side of the map currently. Rebel, they're looking for an out, and they want to go towards their home hill, but they made sure to get some of these kills towards mid-map. They felt like that was the easiest first option to get into a fight. Now, with that, their opponent's defenses are in shambles just a bit. That's going to allow them to get in and get their home hill. Now, to Elevate commit too much to that setup, we'll see how quickly they can come off these respawns and get set up. This is the last round of the half, so lucky for them, they got a lot of respawns to use, but Rebel does have the most respawns in this final round.
They absolutely do, and that could be impactful, especially as we get closer and closer to that 250 mark. Rebel with the objective plus the lead in overall respawn economy, it's got to give them newfound confidence, and that's a great connection. Gary onto Crack with the ensign. Gary's going to continue to push up. B has been broken, and some critical fights go down in which way they do go to Elevate. So Elevate is holding on here. They've got the win condition, and despite them being low in respawn economy, it might not make a difference anymore given the fact that we were up to 250. And in just an update for you, Vanquish does in fact win map number 3, 5-3 over Apricity. Apricity gave it a good fight, sent it to game 3, but VQ remains flawless currently.
Now, congratulations to VQ on their perfect record for now. Those boys have been doing great. But speaking of some other boys who've been doing great, Elevate in this round, they did a great job closing it out. They got their home hill locked in, just a few more points needed, and the entire other side of the map is all theirs. So they tied us all up 2-2. Now, 2 and it's still even.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes these teams don't want to put that weapon down right away and change up the flow because, you know, you're learning a lot about your opponents after each one of these initials, and now you got to start another one, and you don't know what they're going to throw at you. Does he survive in a corner? Just a bit. Oh, just a few ticks away. He did, but great start to Rebel here in the kickoff of this round. Multiple kills to get control of up top. And with that kill that Avers picked up, he's going to be able to hold it for now.
All right, so Adverse does lock it in, as you said, but the thing is Elevate, a lot of moving pieces. Player 7 is down low. He's looking to challenge onto Cardia. Adverse, though, he needs to win this fight. This is big for him, and he's going to do so. Now his teammates are going to be there. Lancerfire is going to help out. Nero is going to fall. So Nero in that situation could have put himself in the right way, but unfortunately he doesn't. Now, this is where Rebel really going to start to heat up pushing forward, and that's a great connection on the one. Dragons evens up the odds. He's doing a great job fighting out. Reflames. Okay, this is looking really good.
One
Dragons
more.
is putting in work.
Give me one more. He couldn't get it, but great effort there for the Elevate fans. He picks up 2. Now, Rebel, they're going to get set up on top E, and this is currently a 2v2 fight for now. 1v1 fight down low to defend Rebel's home hill. Both these squads are going to have all their players get respawned up, but it's Elevate who wants to strike first and get an E decap. They don't want their opponents to get away with too much of a lead. And so step number 1 was decapping the hill. Elevate did that. Now, can Rebel keep defending 2 kills being picked up? They got 3 members in the area. They're going to slow down, make sure they get their health back. But nice angle from Dragons. He's still in the mix, and he goes forward. Double down, quick cleanup. The revive came through, but I think Rebel can turn this around as they get the 1 kill. Nero, he gets 2v1.
You know what? Even though Rebel gets that break, Dragon shows just how talented he is, right? That EQ player that transferred over. He's on lives 1 out of 4, and Rebel's going to take this round to bring it up 3-2.
But the other just needs to really just flip this around. But both these squads, they're doing such a good job adjusting to what their opponent's doing round after round. And we saw the previous one, Rebel came out to a great start. This time around, Elevate uses that shot grenade to slow them down a bit, buy themselves a little bit of time to get into position and get this kill. But they're not, we'll see what they can do because Rebel is just bullying them out of this position. utilizing their numbers, but even so, Nero is able to take out Demon and push back Rebel just a bit. Uh-oh, the flank's coming through.
Flank is coming through. The pincer's starting to collapse in, and Rebel is now aware of this. They're going to try and make it out, but Krabby's going to be there along with the Lancer fire from his teammate behind. Cardia might get picked up here, but he's not. He's going to get Lancered out, and as well as Exclusive is going to be able to take down the other. This is looking scary for Rebel members. Elevate now. They are starting to tighten that vice grip. Reflame. He's going to pick up one. The second, can he get it? He cannot. He was stunned just a little bit too long. He'll get finished off. Elevate. They're going to close out this round and bring it 3-3. Rebel needed to win that to put them up 4-2.
The individual players, but the pistols are banned. So unless you're going to get some front spawn smokes, then you're going to have to start putting something towards center line. But we'll see what they can do. They got enough to play with, not to put too much focus on the center than what's already there. And Dragons comes out again, gets another kill. He's just taking over.
He is. And you know what? Elevate needed that. They needed somebody to step up, and Dragons is that focal point. The way, though, a break does happen, and Rebel will push through and go ahead and capitalize by getting that decap. Player 7's going to be going against player 3, and Cardia's last up. Matter of fact, if player 7 wins this, that's huge. But Cardia wins it, and that keeps Rebel in it. But if Cardia goes down there, Elevate gets the domination, and that was GG. Elevate could have been up 4-3, but now back off to the races again.
Elevate, they got 4 members in this area to stop this offensive push coming out of Rebel. You got players 1, 3, 5 in the mix. They're going to have to probably get in towards that entrance door to get this decap, utilize whatever utility they have. They don't have much, Taylor, no nades at all, but they're going to drop back and get 2. Now, on the flip end, their opponent is going to get their utility as well, but who's going to use theirs first? We typically talk about the team to throw their nade late is going to win. But it can win because they have the advantage by the time the rest of the nades dissipate. But Elevate kind of knew that, so they said, you know, we're going to strike first, keep our lead here, and we're going to save one of our nades for later. Most importantly, they want to keep this hill neutral. Nice nade over the top by Adverse. Now, that shot grenade is going to keep this hill neutral and keep the lead in favor of Elevate for now. They're trying to get players in position. Number 8 has a fantastic cross from middle. We'll see if it can help his teammates. His teammates being Elevate here, but Rebel, they're looking to get the hill cap, and they're just muscling their way through.
That's the best way to put it. Absolutely muscling their way through. Looks like they might back off here. I don't know. They're kind of tempted that they want to go forward. Player 2 is going to commit because they know player 5, that's going to be Crack down low, is going to be able to join them. The only negative to that is the fact that Crack is on lives 1 out of 4. So if he goes for this push, he dies. That would have been hugely devastating for the Rebel roster. Either way, though, Rebel does back off. They're going to try and provide some defense. But the fact is, Elevate does have that minor lead. The first utility gets thrown. So if Elevate, once that shock dissipates, if they can push up in a timely manner, retake E, they can maintain that win condition and be dangerously close to capping out at 250.
Now, both incinerator grenades are going to get tossed out by each squad. So this flank here by Crab, he's up the center. He's being sneaky, but he's also being watched by Reflame. Cardia's going to make the first move. He has a shot grenade behind him, so he can't really escape out, but his teammates had his back for them to work together to take one player to the grave and trade it out. 2v2 fight still at E. Demon goes for a move, but he's going to pay for it. Puts Adverse in a difficult position. He's going to go down. Trip cap domination being threatened for now, but a 1v1 being won by Crack against Krabby's there is going to keep Rebel in this round. Taylor, we're all tied up.
Rebel, yeah, all tied up like you said, but
well, not anymore.
Breaks are going. Oh man, there it is. Okay, so hey,
early start. They're gonna send. So now we're gonna get Elevate. They're gonna put Krabby's right up the middle to get an angle to cross out Rebel because they're trying to play off Rebel's aggressiveness here off the start. And Elevate did so well at doing that because they're going to get the double down. The question is, can they get the cleanup? Because Crack's making some plays off the flank. As you see, multiple players getting an aggressive down low for Elevate, playing for this trip cap domination. This is forcing Rebel to have to push up here and fight, Taylor.
Rebel has to go. They know it. Player 2 falls. 7's going to be lurking around, so Gary has the potential to make some big plays. He's now going to be in a 1v2 going against not only Reflame, but also Cardia. He will fall, and more importantly, Crack from Rebel will get the break on that neutral. But the pressure's unrelenting for Elevate. They are not letting go of the gas just yet, and they're right back into it to go for the capture onto E.
Now, the fight's not won yet. That was a good back A there for Elevate, but they're going to get backed up. Rebel, they need to not play for too much here, Taylor. They need to get this hill capped If they can get some more kills, that'd be great. But you see, Elevate, they're going to stack all their players over here towards entrance to finally get control, as Rebel is going to have to wait for their teammates to come off respawn. So this one is going to start to slow down here for a second. Now, each of these squads still has utility grenades coming up at any given moment, and Rebel could possibly wait for theirs, but they know that they at least want to get a decap if they can. If they can't get the cap, they'll be okay, but they get the decap, the shot grenades there, at least they're still alive. They still have a chance. That's the most important thing.
100%, man. I mean, that shot, I thought was going to be more devastating, especially in conjunction with an Ensign. You have 2 players in that pocket. You throw an Ensign, you get a 2-piece. I mean, that's just devastating. But Rebel was still very much so into it. They were down quite a bit, but now they're starting to close out that deficit. I'm Elevate. I'm now starting to control my pushes, but I guess they're not going to let go of the gas once again. Krabby's going to go ahead and take an opportunity while it's there. He's going to take down Adverse. Crack is going to get the trade onto Krabby's. Dragons actually ended up taking Krabby's down. But either way, though, the push must continue. That Lancer Fire is devastating from the flank. Is going to be 1 from Elevate. That's going to be now 2 down. And more importantly, Crack is on his last life, and so is Reflame. And Elevate has the lead. They have the objective, and they're just a hair away from closing out the series with the W.
Oh, man. So exclusive. Currently, no respawns remaining for this side of Elevate. Now, luckily for them is they have this lead, but we know that Rebel is going to be trying to make a play on them. Nero, he's tucked away in his corner. He's going to get cleaned up. Both squads finding a kill. Geary finds another on Demon down low as he tries to get aggressive on the flank. Now, Rebel, they have to worry about their home hill at the same time. They're not going to get a good look at this fight. It's later portions of this round. They need to have the perfect play. Now, with getting that, they got the kill on their home hill. If they can focus all their attentions up top and on their opponent's home hill, they still have a chance, Taylor. It is a 4v4 fight, and with that kill, it's a 4v3 fight in favor of Rebel.
Rebel is now going for it. Player 1's trying to go for the break, but he has to win this 1v1 versus Nero.
Oh,
he has to win
decap.
this fight. Cardio up top, though, versus Exclusive. Crack on the flank. The decap comes in, elevated 248. Crack has to win it, and Crack wins it versus Exclusive.
But this
now
is
the
big. Demon,
the home hill
you
is
gotta
going to
go
be there.
Demon mode.
Demon's going to fall. The hill gets broken, and Elevate's going to be there onto D. Krabby's is going to go for Crack, and they get it. Elevate gets onto D, and they close out the series with a 2-1 lead. Everybody was against them, but at the end of the day, they silenced the haters, and they said, we were here to play, and you guys just didn't know it yet. Elevate, they will take their victory tonight.
He said, don't ever doubt us, ever. Elevate gets it done. Gary, 23 kills, 10 assists, leading the charge for his squad. Fantastic victory here.